Philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. Yes, 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 yes. Philosophies and opinions of the great Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Look at that picture on that wall. I honor my ancestors, and Garvey is one of them. Under that picture, under Garvey picture, you see my grandmother, Cuban Jamaican, Cubano Jamaican, who in all right, she was a Garveyite because she believed in having her own, owning her own, doing her own thing. But today is Marcus Garvey's Earth Strong. He was born August the 17th. And 17th is a very interesting number in numerology, and each one of us can use the number 17th, this personal day number 17th. You know, in Chaldean, or what we call tarot numerology or compound numerology, the number 17 is known as a highly spiritual number. It's usually known as it usually expresses the 8-pointed star of Venus. It also symbolizes peace and love. It's also called the star of the Magi, the number 17 in numerology in certain systems. And we all know what a star is, or what a star is supposed to be, according to what we've learned. But the Magi's, or the Magi's in history, were the scientific alchemists, alchemical alchemists, men and women in history that were able to turn nothing into something. Mind you, Garvey was born on the 17th, and that's what the number is also predominantly connected to. The 17 is also a number that denotes a person that has risen superior in spirit to trials and difficulties in their life or their career. That's what the 17 also represents. And also, the 17th is considered a number of immortality. The number 17. Garvey's name has lived on in immortality. And the number 17 in a certain system of numerology deals with that their name will live after them. It's a real fortunate number if it work out in relationship to future events, provided that it's not associated with certain energies, other energies, because sometimes in the Western world, 17 and 4 can be malefic, or can be a challenge to each other, or 17 and 8. But like I always say, challenges are not negative. When you have people that may be born under a challenge number, or challenge frequency, or challenge energy, it's not that it's negative. Sometimes people are here to challenge you to be your best, or challenge you to be your worst. Even situations are here to challenge you to be your best, or challenge you to be your worst. See, because 17 adds up to the number 8, which is a money, power, and one of the old soul energy numbers, they kind of got Garvey on quote-unquote fraud. Male fraud. That's what they got him on. Which 17 is also the number of legal. 17, which is 8. 8 is the number of legality, dealing with the law and order. So people born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month has to be in order with the law. Natural law as well as physical law. Because when they go against and do things against the law, or someone around them can be very deceptive in regards to the law, they have to be very careful of, like I say in my sessions to people born on the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th, you have to be disciplined, and you have to recognize assets and liabilities. You have to recognize assets and liabilities, and not just assets and liabilities in things that you purchase, but also in people, in situations. Is it an asset or is it a liability? And if it's a liability, get rid of it. Move on. Be disciplined enough to remove it. Even if it's family members sometimes. Even if it's relationships. Sometimes your own children can be an asset or a liability. We're not thinking on that level. There's a higher level to this stuff. That's why I keep calm and I help to save the earth. 8/17, Dr. Garvey, all of his children became doctors. I think two of his sons became Julius and forgot the other one's name, but Marcus Garvey Jr. I believe that's one. So 8, being that Garvey is born on the 17th, it's a legacy that's supposed to live on past his name. But he got caught out there in fraud due to some person that was not an asset to him, but was a liability, and maybe a secret liability. You know? So you got to really pay attention to every aspect of wherever 8 shows up, or wherever 17. And particularly, because I'm talking about 17, today is the 17th day, people born connected to the number 8 or the 17th or the 16th or the 26th in any capacity have to also strive to leave a legacy for the family, whether it's a monetary one, whether it's a land, property, multiple generational wealth. You have to strive. Like my life path is a 17. When you add 2 plus 1 plus 1967, it adds up to 1970, and 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0 equals 17. So that's my life path, to leave legacy. And by writing books that will be in eternity, if my children do the right thing, it can be very helpful to them, because one thing about doing these different esoteric modalities, it will never go out of style, because they have transcended thousands of years up till now under secret societies and secret organizations, because sometimes the ancient ones, or the melanated ancient one, had to keep it secret because people came to learn or use it for bad, because everything in this existence can have a good or a bad use to it. Everything in existence can have a good or bad use to it. Go figure. Satan was once an angel of light before he fell, according to biblical scriptures. So everything has its good and its bad. Even according to Satan, Satan had a good side of him at one time until he was jealous of man, according to scriptures. Whether you read in the Quran, or whether you read in the Bible, or you read in whatever, but there was a jealousy factor here. I'll drink to that. So, Marcus Garvey today is his Earth Strong. And the alignment number of Marcus Garvey, 8 plus the 17, we got to look at that very carefully now. You know, I'm not going to be on long because I have some sessions that I have to do, and I usually start my sessions around 10 o'clock. And I go all day till 7 o'clock. So I'm booked up. I have a waiting list after that primary show that I did with Brother Billy Carson. I have a waiting list going into September already. But if you're patient, first come, first pay, first serve. That's how it works with me, because I believe every one of you are celebrities. It's just time for you to mathematically understand your celebrity ship. So, every one of us are celebrity. Matter of fact, at Temptations, the nightclub that I used to work at, first I was like one of the assistant managers and MC of Temptation, because I got them the place, Temptation, the owners I got them to connect with the owners of that building. I came up with the slogan that used to be on the wall called Everyone is a Celebrity, or everyone is a celebrity when they come into temptation. So where everyone is a celebrity. So I've actually taken that into my numerovation, because every one of you have a star in you that needs to be found. Because every one of you, like another number 17 said, the great Les Brown, he says, every one of you got something special. But when are you going to find it? Marcus Garvey found it in himself. Through the struggles in Jamaica and growing up in Jamaica and being born in St. Anne's Bay, Jamaica, he found it in himself, but he couldn't do it in little Jamaica. So he traveled. And when he traveled abroad, that's when his movement became larger than life. So Jamaica had to receive him in the wholesomeness of who he is and was. Remember Garvey's coin, one love, one aim, one destiny. Up, you mighty nation. You can accomplish what you will. Garvey was a powerhouse. And today his is earth strong. So I salute the energy of this strategic brother who left little Jamaica, the little rock in the Caribbean Sea, and realized that why should he claim just a little rock or a little island when he can claim the world or claim Africa, which is a bigger continent? But in actuality, from this perspective of this brother behind me, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, who was born January 12th, under a number 8 frequency, because Capricorn is an 8 frequency. Khalid says, Africa was our throne, where we ruled our home, which was the whole entire earth, all 196,940,000 square miles of a planet. That's what Dr. Khalid said, who was also under the frequency of the number 8. Oh yeah, I got my ancestors on my wall. I got my peoples on my wall. I got Malcolm X, I got Elijah Muhammad, I got Noble Drew Ali, I got my grandmothers, my aunts, and all my ancestors that connected to me indirectly or directly. So Garvey, today is Garvey's birthday, and his alignment number was a 25. When you add 8 plus 17, that adds up to 25. And the 2 and the 5 is a number that deals with observing and listening. But also it's the number of compassion, travel, and it's a number of research and intuition. That's powerful. And that's his alignment number. Or some people might call it his first pinnacle number. So Garvey had to be compassionate about what he did with that number 2. He had to adapt and be versatile and be willing to travel with that number 5. And he had to research and in-depthly look into the African thought patterns in order to come up with the UNIA, the United Negro Improvement Association, because he knew that our people needed improvement. Marcus Garvey. Salute. Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. One of the greatest leaders in our time, who galvanized over 15 million people. One of the greatest. I'm not going to say the greatest. I'll say one of, and put him in that category. From ancient times up to modern times, that man was one of the greatest. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. No doubt. Understand? And I remember interviewing Queen Mother Moore. A lot of you don't know who Queen Mother Moore is. Google. But Queen Mother Moore was a part of the UNIA and one of the officials in the UNIA under the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Now, there have been things thrown around about her that certain people have said and all that. Yes, she probably came from one of those lifestyles and all that stuff. But I remember interviewing Queen Mother Moore in her apartment, or it was a lot of us as press, and we had to get a clip, and we was allowed to come up into her apartment in Harlem. Big up to Dolores Blakely. Dolores Blake or Blakely, she was also taking care of her at that time. And Queen Mother Moore said when Garvey had spoke at a major place, I think it was in North Carolina or New York, I'm not sure, but New York, I know he did Madison Square Garden, and he packed out Madison Square Garden back in the day. But I think it was in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. Don't quote me on the place, but I know this was the story. So Queen Mother Moore said that it was said that Garvey was not allowed to speak in that venue. And he had 300 or more. The place was packed. The place was filled with people, filled with black people. And the police came in. And as the police came in to try to stop Garvey from speaking, Queen Mother Moore said she was there. The people kept on saying, "Speak, Garvey, speak." People kept on roaring, "Speak, Garvey, speak." And the police basically interrupted the lecture, and as Garvey was speaking, and Garvey stopped speaking for a second, and the people kept on saying, "Speak, Garvey, speak." And then all of the people in the audience took out their guns. All of the black people took out their guns in that lecture. Even when the police came in, it wasn't enough police officers to lock that down and shut it down. They had over 300 people in the lecture. That's what Queen Mother Moore's story was. And she said she had 2 guns. The sister said she had 2 guns. She ain't have one. She had 2 guns for her right and her left hand. The sister Queen Mother Moore. So y'all Google up Queen Mother Moore. And if the audience said, "Speak, Garvey, speak." And then what Garvey did so eloquently, he said, "As I was saying," and he began to just tear the house down. And that was the power of her. That's what she said. So big up to Queen Mother Moore. And I like the clip that a friend of mine just shared from Kaba Kamene about women and men in the revolution. There is no revolution without women, brothers and sisters. There is no revolution or evolution in that matter without the men. So the balance has to be in play. There's no only a man's revolution, there's only a woman's revolution, or a man's evolution, or a woman's evolution. There is none. Garvey had 2 wives, 2 beautiful black wives. Both of them named Amy. Ironically, I wonder what was it. Matter of fact, let me look up this. Let me look his name. Let me write that name Amy down and do the mathematics to Amy. Let me see. 1, 4, 7, and 1. Okay, great. All right. So in the Chaldean system, the name Amy adds up to the 6. Okay, that makes sense. And in the Pythagorean system, 11, 12, that adds up to the number 3. That name Amy adds up to the number 3 in the Pythagorean system and the number 6 in the Chaldean system. And because Garvey is born under the 17, which is an 8, 8 is a supportive number to the number 6, or 6 is a supportive number to the number 8. So that's interesting. I don't know. I didn't Google up her birthday, but I just looked at her name because he chose 2 women named Amy. That's why. He chose 2 women named Amy. And he had 2 wives. One was named Amy. I forgot the last name, but Amy, and the other one was Amy Jacques. But just the name Amy shows me that the person was very helpful to him, very loved him. Both of them loved him. They probably had pillow talk with him because of the 3 energy. Probably had some sit down pillow talk with him. And they were a big part of the 2 Amy's in Garvey's life. Was definitely a big part of his life, and as far as giving him support and giving him balance, even during the times he was going through the madness and people was hating on him. I mean, we heard that Du Bois and all those guys, the quote unquote boule was hating on him back in the day. I heard Du Bois eventually flipped the script later on and said Garvey was right, but the talented 10 was hating on Garvey back, and they was calling him a gorilla and all kinds of stuff. They was really disrespecting Garvey back in those days, But Garvey held fast, kept strong, keep calm, and save the earth. Again, today is just a quick honoring of the Honorable Marcus Garvey and how you, people out there, can use the number 17 because this is the 17th day. And remember, 17 is the number of legacy leaving and thinking about leaving a legacy in a creative and a strategic and a more research-orientated way, because 1 is about creative and being a trailblazer and being ambitious and being daring in what you do. And 7 is about the research, the insight, look within, don't take nothing on face value. And then 8 is about the money, the power, but recognizing assets and liabilities in whatever you do, whether it's your creativity, whether it's in your research. What is an asset? What is a liability? You can get it all the information, but you got to learn to sift two things: what you need, what will work for you, and what will not work for you, using the vibratory energy of the 17th day of this month, or any month, as a matter of fact. So like I said, I'm not going to be here too long, but I wanted to make sure I come on strong. And, that is the power of the number 17 in a minute nutshell. All right. So like I said, I'm not going to be here long. If you do want to do a session with me, by all means, text me your full name and date of birth, or DM me. Now, it's better to text me because it comes straight to the phone real quick, and I always look at the text faster than I look at the DMs. But you can still DM me, and I'll send you a brief information about how much it is. I got a waiting list. After I did Billy Carson's show, just like when I do Brother Richard's show, 2 Virgos, go figure, took me to a whole nother level, and keeps on taking me to another level. I have a waiting list going into September, and I do have a pay first, and first pay, first serve policy. So I'm drinking CMOS tea. Yeah, CMOS tea. So, like my shirt says, be great, act greater, and claim greatness. That's one of my shirts that I'm selling. Be great, act greater, and claim your greatness. And I want all of you. Marcus Garvey did that. He became great. He acted greater. And he claimed his greatness. No matter what he went through. No matter what Garvey went through. And I'm not called King Simon because of some ego. If anybody study the root word of king, that's kin. It's a bloodline and ancestry that I'm connected to that made me such a great, profound promoter and doing what I do. My father was a promoter. I was born in the world of promotion and production since I was 67. And that 1967 adds up to 23, which is a 5. And 5 is the number of promotion, promoting, communicating, communications, dealing with that. So once you understand even the year you're born, the month you're born, the day you're born, and how your numbers and your name equate to certain things. Because numerology, before I close out, is the only system that transposes numbers into letters. Look on my chalkboard. That's how I teach my classes. On the top is the Chaldean, which is a more older and mystical system. In the middle is the Pythagorean, which is a more modern and easy to follow system. And the bottom one is the Nigerian numerology system, which deals with more dream world. Like today, I dreamt about Foxy Brown, an old friend of mine from out there in downtown Brooklyn. So I'm wondering why I'm dreaming about Foxy, because Foxy's a friend of mine. So I'm wondering. Then I consulted the numbers. And I realized that Foxy is now in her critical cycle before her birthday. That means something is going on with her family, and more than likely she has to clear up some stuff and finish some stuff. And I hope she's taking care of her health. And now Foxy is now entering officially a 11-year cycle. 11-year cycle, because Foxy is born September the 6th. And remember, September the 6th, 9 plus 6 equals 15. And that 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 plus the 6 plus the 5 year 2021 equals 11. So she's going into a very highly revealing and spiritual cycle, but she's also going into or feeling the effects of a health cycle. So, and what's so funny, Foxy jumped out of the car in my dream. Foxy Brown, the rap artist, who is a friend of mine. We used to live on the same block. Foxy jumped out of my car, out of her car in the dream, and I believe Mama Ella was in the dream. I think Mama Ella was driving with her, which would not be too. And Mama Ella is born on the 15th, which is a 6. Foxy is born 9/6. She's born September 6th, and her alignment numbers are 15. And Mama Ella is a nutritional expert through Dr. Africa and studying Dr. Sabi. So when she jumped out of the car and Mama Ella was in the passenger side, I believe she was with her son in the dream, which is so interesting. I had watermelon in my hand in the dream, and Foxy Brown asked me, "Can I have some watermelon?" I said, "Of course you can. What up?" And it was just me and her, and Ella was still in the car. And then everybody noticed it was Foxy Brown, and they wanted to take pictures. And Foxy Brown accommodated them real quick because it wasn't that many. And then I said, "Foxy, I don't even have your number in my phone." So I'm there trying to put a number in my phone, and boom, I woke up out of the dream. So I know if Watermelons is in the dream, Ella is in the dream, who is from Nutritional Healing on IG, and me and Foxy is talking, and she's asking me for watermelon, something she has to deal with as far as her health. And I'm gonna hit her up and see if I DM. I'm gonna call Polite. Brother Polite always have a number, and I'm gonna tell her to tell Foxy to reach out to me. Because I don't have her number no more. I used to have an old phone back in the day. I was the one that introduced her to Polite. I introduced Foxy Brown to Polite back in the day. And they almost got married. Which is so funny. They almost got married. She almost became part of the family with Polite, Brother Polite. Polite was saying, he said it before. I introduced him to Brother Polite. And she was a fan of his work already, and he was definitely a fan of hers. And they was all hugged up in the back of my car that time. Them too. I got a picture of it. I'm going to have to find that picture and put it up. I do have a picture of Polite and Foxy Brown hugged up in the back of the car that I was driving. Or was it? It was probably either I was driving or it was Atiba, a brother named Atiba that used to be Polite's driver was driving. But yeah, so I had a dream about Foxy Brown. That's why I'm talking about Foxy. So I'm gonna reach out to her, and it's something to do with her health because she's going into a serious health cycle this year too. Going into an even number. Although it's 11, 11 equals 2, and that's an even number health cycle. All even numbers are a health cycle, except one odd number that's not a health cycle, and that's the number 9, because that's a number of completion. So if you haven't taken care of yourself all the way through all that even stuff, by the time you reach that 9, it's either you're going to have to really work on it, because that's a detoxification number on all levels. But yeah, Foxy Brown asked for watermelon. And what's so interesting, let me show you how numbers work. She's going into an 11-year cycle, or feeling the effects of 11-year cycle since we've been in 2021, but she'll be officially in her 11-year cycle on her birthday on September the 6th. 11 equals 2, and 2 deals with the need to drink a lot of water. It's a water number. So I'm dreaming about watermelon that consists of a lot of water, and Foxy Brown is asking me for watermelon because I had it with me. So she asked me for a piece, and I put it down and said, yeah, of course you could have a piece of watermelon. So it's telling me that maybe she needs a lot of water in her system. I know I don't need a lot. I drink water all the time. So she needs to take care of her health. And remember, she's born on the 6th. So she has to take care of that even more, because 6 is also a health number. 6 is also a health number. Remember, she had ear problems one time. That ear problem deal with congestion, and 6 rules congestion. If you get build up of too much mucus, it can cause ear problems, eye problems, and all that, especially bad mucus. So, yeah. So, my girl Foxy, I'm going to reach out and tell Polite. I'm going to call Polite. He's California time, so it's kind of early. But Polite get up early. But I'll call him in the next around 11 and 12 and tell him to reach out to Foxy and tell her to watch out for her health. Tell her to watch out for her health and stay on top of it. This year, particularly this year, and be careful of a loss of somebody, loss of some type of family member. Is it because anytime you go on those even number cycles, it's either a loss or gain of something, either loss of family or gain of family, somebody being pregnant, or a loss of money and a gain of money, or some loss of health, good health, or gain of good health. It's duality in everything, duality. Again, so if you are if you are interested in booking a session with me, take time and circulate finance for your own well-being, because Numerovation is here to give you guidance, to help you be a little bit more aware of who and what you are and what you're supposed to do. So take time. So I don't regularly like to just jump and do sessions for people on the thing, because it's serious to me, and I don't want people to treat me like it's some type of parlor trick. That's disrespectful, and I'm gonna let y'all know that. Don't come running up on me, yo, son, my number is. That's disrespectful. It's really disrespectful. I'm not a parlor trick. I'm not a magician. I'm not pulling out cards. The only cards I have is right here on my ancestral altar, because my uncle and my grandfather them used to love to play a card in Jamaica. Pity pot and all them, pork and all them things. So I have that on my altar, because I know my grandfather's there and my uncle used to play cards together. So don't disrespect me in my gift, because I won't disrespect you in your gift. I'm here to help guide you to the gift that you may have or haven't realized that you have. Stop playing games, because doing any type of service, whether you're doing numerology, cosmophysics, whether you're doing cosmophysics with Raku, cardology with Aquarius Maxim, whether you're doing astrology with Kaya French, or astrology with Quiet Storm, QS astrology, it still requires work on your part. We're just going to disseminate the information to you, that we see the interpretations of the numbers or the zodiac sign and give you the guidance. But if you're not willing to listen and take it on, don't waste our time. And don't waste your money. And I don't want to waste your time. Don't waste my time. That's one thing about Lloyd will tell you about me. I'm straight to the point. I don't care how big you are, how small you are. I don't care what color you are. I'm straight, direct to the point. I'm not dealing with any foolishness no more, because I've seen foolishness happen throughout my life, in my family's life, to people's health and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes what me and these other great people that are doing tarot or astrology or cardology is doing can be very helpful to you if you listen. We don't want you to worship nothing. We don't want you to worship us. Just know that we have some point of guidance for you that can give you some type of help to be a better you. Queen of Fours still gets sessions done by Lloyd Strayhorn. Ian Levanzant still does get her whole stuff, because she's connected to Lloyd Strayhorn. I have celebrities that I won't speak on in certain things. You know, Prince is one of Prince's best friends. Prince, yes, the artist Prince friend reached out to me and did a session. I won't say her name, but she's a good friend. You know? So that's how it works. Don't disrespect my talent. Because James Brown said, and I love what he said, once you got a talent, you'll never be broke. Because everybody think they want something free. Gimme, free, gimme. You don't go to your job and work for free. What are you doing? Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's an investment. Thank you very much. Creme de la creme. It's an investment in you. Ask Queen of Four about me. Dr. Africa believed in me so much that he purchased, not only did he purchase my first book, that I independently produced off of my own money. The first one was white. This first book was white. But then Dr. Africa had the nerve to love me so much and respect me that he actually published the book. Charles Childs Publishing, and Dr. Africa says Dr. Laila Africa on the bottom. They published the book for me. That's how much he respected me. And when an elder like that respects you so much that he published your 3 books of yours, a scientist like Dr. Africa, he understood. He understood who I am, and he even did a YouTube broadcast, which I've put on my YouTube channel and which he has on his YouTube channel before he died. So Dr. Africa published this book for me because you don't get that many elders that support you in that way and willing to pass on the gauntlet of information to you. I'm an elder. I'm between eldership right now. I'm 54, but I'm willing to pass on the gauntlet, pass on the information. Garvey was willing to pass on the information. Did it hold on strong? It didn't hold on as strong as we thought. UNIA is not as strong as it should be. It's definitely not as strong as it was when he was doing it. Elijah Muhammad's organization is strong and still getting stronger because they produce people. And he replicated people. That's why you heard of Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Joe Tex, Farrakhan, Khalid Muhammad, Ava Muhammad, Tanetta Muhammad. That's why you heard of Warathin Muhammad, Siraj Wahaj. All these people came out of the Nation of Islam under Elijah Muhammad, and Elijah Muhammad studied this man. So every generation is supposed to take it to the next level. Elijah Muhammad also studied Noble Drew Ali. Every generation takes it to the next level. And I want my children to take this to the next level. If it's not all 9 of them, one of them is going to take this numerovation. And sometimes it's not even it's not even the people in your family that takes it. Sometimes it's your own tribe that you attract that takes it. Somebody outside of your family that gets it and say, you know what, I'm going to study this and I'm going to implement this. That's why I created Numerovation. It's an evolution of numbers where instead of just reading your numbers and reading that, because, you know, it's a mathematical applicable science. It's not just reading any damn thing. It's really connecting with the intuitive faculties and interpretations of the numbers that has been passed down from generation to generation, from the melanated people to Europeans and all of that. And that's why I study all of them and incorporate it in my sessions. If I find in my spirit you need to hear something from a Japanese perspective, which is just the same interpretation, it's just from a Japanese perspective, or a Chinese perspective, or a Gematria perspective, or a Chaldean perspective, or like I have on my board, my Nigerian perspective. Nigeria is, which is so interesting, out of both of the systems, Nigeria realized that 0 is important. 0 is important. Yes, 0 is a powerful number. It has potential. So the African Nigerians knew and understood that. That's why I study it. Oh, man, look. I got to get prepared for sessions. Today I got sessions all the way till, let me see, all the way till 7 o'clock. Okay, 7:30 will be 7 from 7 to 7:30. And that's what I do. I do it from 11 till 7. 7-11. I do it from 11 to 7. 7-11. 1 plus 1 plus 7 equals 9. Completion. You know? It is a powerful thing, you know? So, family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Remember, go to my profile section right here on IG. Order my books, all 4 of my books. I got more coming. I got four books. 4 books that's on my IG you can go get. No Promotion is Bad Promotion, a very good book on showing you how to promote, motivating you how to promote your own business from a small level to a high level. But that's particularly in my business of what I did in promotion in the entertainment world. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, our children's health is important. So those 3 books are published by Dr. Laila Africa. No promotion is bad promotion. Numbers are simple, people are complicated, and numbers are simple, children's health is important. Those 3 books are published by Dr. Laila Africa. So anytime you support me, you're still supporting Dr. Africa, even in his transition. You support Baba. And I love that. I'm glad I was able to give that to him and continue to show him and his wife love. His wife is still quiet, but she'll come back out. As long as she's not dead, she'll come back out. She's good. Numerovation for Mental Stability is my publication from under King Simon production and publication. That's my publication. So all that comes straight to me and goes straight into an account and goes straight to it's about to go into a trust next, because I need things to lay out. I'm studying, I'm learning. You know, I wish I learned this from early, because I've had millions of dollars pass through my hands in this entertainment world, and I just didn't understand business. But it's all right. My life path is an 8. I've never really been broke. You know, may have gone through some waves of up and down, but that's how the 8 is. 8 is shaped like an infinity symbol, so it always goes in waves. So my life path has been waves. So I've never been broke. Family giving me money. Jobs always came in. I've always had my own business, even while I had a job. Boom, 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 boom. So 8 is that infinity-looking symbol in certain systems of numerology where it goes in waves. And it can go elongated and stretched out, but it's always going to go in a wave. You know what I'm saying? That's that power of that number 8. All right? So be safe out there. Be strong. Be focused. Remember Garvey. Remember the number 17 that he's born under. That's the star of the Magi. And the Magi's in history were able to create nothing, created something out of nothing. And that's what Garvey did, coming from the small island, St. Anne Bay in Jamaica. Small island. They like to call us third world and all that, but third world countries are producing first world men, first world women. They like to call us third world and all that, but there's people that follows Garvey up to this day that's all over the world. All right? So have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be the king and queen in your own life, in your family's life. Be the Magi in your life, because I am a numerovational Magi, and I'm a spiritual trillionaire. And I'm about to meet that trillion. Give me a couple years, I'm going to meet that trillion. I'm a spiritual trillionaire right now. All right? Be blessed. Be bliss. Be focused. Be healthy. Stay out of people's business if you're not going to help them. One love. Take care. One aim and one destiny. Up, you mighty nation. You could accomplish what you will. That is a slogan from the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Peace.